That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Alright guys, y'all know the majority of the videos that I make are based on your suggestions from the comment section, but this one, honestly, I'm just going out on my own and making because I've been getting asked so many questions on Patreon about people in their Dynasty startup drafts. A lot of questions from people who are just now getting into Dynasty fantasy football, and they're asking, what do I do at the very beginning of my Dynasty draft? And guys, here it is. I'm going to go over the player prototype that I think you need to be targeting, specifically the players I think you need to be targeting. But as always, please go down there, drop that like, leave that comment, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, in that comment section, please let me know what videos y'all want to see this week. I'm going to be making them all relatively soon, so please let me know ASAP what videos y'all would like to see. Alright guys, let's get into it and let's talk about these players that I think we need to be targeting in our Dynasty Fantasy Football startups. And yeah, let's start it off with the number one thing that you can find in Dynasty Fantasy Football. And this is going to be a 3-down running back on a rookie contract. Okay guys, I cannot come out here and put the emphasis enough on how important these rookie running back contracts are. I understand that we look at a running back like Derrick Henry, who in theory is signed through 2023, and you go, okay, I'm going to draft Derrick Henry in the first round. I'm going to have a running back one for the next 3 years. You can go look at the same thing with a Dalvin Cook. You can go look at the same thing with an Alvin Kamara. And yes, in theory, that is a great idea. I mean, it looks like those running backs, when they are 24 years old, 25, 26 years old, they are going to be able to make it in the NFL for the next 3 years. But what you find on every single one of these running back contracts is you find that they are front-loaded with guaranteed money. And at beyond year 2, pretty much in all the contracts, they are completely cuttable. I mean, they are made where these NFL teams can go out there, they can use these running backs for 2 years, and then they can just completely dispose of them. I mean, I don't know how many examples we have to see in NFL history of this happening, just recent history. I'm going to go with a Melvin Gordon in Los Angeles, go with a Todd Gurley from LA, go with a Le'Veon Bell from Pittsburgh, go with a David Johnson in Arizona. I mean, I can go on and on and on with running backs that signed that extension, running backs that signed a deal after their rookie contract, and they looked like they were going to be around for the next 3 or 4 seasons. But what happens is generally you get one more elite year, then you get a running back 2 season, and then they are completely dead. I mean, the 2 to 3 year rookie running back window is 100% the case at the NFL level, and that's because these running backs need to have that athletic profile. And once you get 1,000 career touches on a running back, I mean, really, are they going to have any motivation? Are they going to have any juice left in those legs? Just look at running backs that, in my opinion, are on the down trajectory right now. Someone like an Ezekiel Elliott, who signed a contract extension a year ago, and what did we get? We got one elite solid season, then we got a down performance in 2020. I don't care if you want to blame this down performance on the struggles of the offensive line, on the struggles of the overall offense with Dak Prescott getting injured. Now, yes, both of those things had major reasons why Ezekiel Elliott has disappointed fantasy owners so far in 2020. But beyond that, you look at the fact that Tony Pollard has been more efficient than Ezekiel Elliott this season. You look at every single week they're wanting to get Tony Pollard a little bit more involved. Now, I will say for the specific Ezekiel Elliott example, this one is a little bit different in that you look at the guaranteed money, and that contract is structured in a way where it's very hard for the Dallas Cowboys to get out of it. But this is the importance of it. But you go and you look at those running back contracts. You look and try to project how long they will have those jobs. Because, guys, tell me right now, what do you personally think that Todd Gurley, David Johnson, Melvin Gordon, Le'Veon Bell are going to be worth in 2021? I can come out here and I can say they are worth nothing. I mean, I don't want them on my roster. I don't want them anywhere near my roster, honestly. I don't think anybody else does as well. You look at the same thing with the Mark Ingram. These running backs that are not 22, 23 years old, they are dead. I hate to say it, but as soon as you get off that rookie running back contract, all your job security is gone. So now the guys that I think we need to be looking at are we need to be going after the Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We need the Jonathan Taylor. You need the J.K. Dobbins. You need the Cam Akers. You need the DeAndre Swift. And even some other rookie running backs. I'm sorry, not rookie running backs, but players that are still on their rookie contracts. Look over at a guy like Josh Jacobs. I mean, someone that was drafted in the first round of 2019. So he's 2 years so far in that rookie contract. He has 2 years left and then a team option. So there with Josh Jacobs, you can confidently say that he is going to have a starting running back job on an NFL team for the next 2 to 3 seasons. And then after that, then you can get him on that second contract. And as soon as he is off that rookie contract, you can sell him before his value completely tails off. And what you do is you sell him for a new rookie running back, a new sophomore running back that has that guaranteed job security. So this is the #1 way you can get an advantage in your dynasty leagues. You go through, you target those running backs in your rookie drafts. You go and you trade for them as sophomores. And as soon as they get off that rookie contract, really as soon as they come into the last year of that rookie contract where they're about to get that extension, then that is where I personally look to trade them. Guys that fall into that category this upcoming season would be someone like Nick Chubb, who's going to be in a very weird contract situation in that the Cleveland Browns just locked up Kareem Hunt for the long term. They did no such thing with a Nick Chubb, and we all know that Nick Chubb is one of the most talented running backs in the entire NFL currently. So if you're the Cleveland Browns, are you really going to give Nick Chubb a 3 to 4 year deal with guaranteed money? No. What these NFL franchises do time and time again is they go out there and then they take those running backs, give them a 2-year deal that's disguised as a 4-year deal where they can cut you after that second year, and then they can go out there and save all that money. Honestly, a guy that I want to tell you is someone that would not even make my top 10 dynasty running backs based on this theory. Obviously, if you're a contender, you want him on your team as long as possible. But if I was a rebuilding team, if I was playing for 2021, 2022, I would prefer DeAndre Swift. I'd prefer J.K. Dobbins and Cam Akers. This is going to be Derrick Henry. I mean, guys, go look at that Derrick Henry contract. Yes, Derrick Henry is currently I want to say the most talented running back in the entire NFL in terms of just his pure running ability. But if you look at the guaranteed money on that deal, which he just signed this past offseason, really, he only has guaranteed money left in 2021. And after that, say he has a down performance in 2021, or the Tennessee Titans are just ready to move on. They don't think that he's worth the money. His efficiency slightly dips. Then they could get out of that absurd contract going into the 2022 season. Really, if you are significantly investing into those running backs that are not on those rookie contracts, they are so risky. They go from being first and second round startup picks to being worth nothing 12 months from now. I mean, just guys, think back. Where was Todd Gurley being drafted in 2019 Dynasty startup drafts? Where was Le'Veon Bell being drafted? Where was a player like David Johnson? Where was a player like Melvin Gordon? Now, they weren't necessarily first-round startup picks because they already had those question marks circling around them. But what happened was they dropped significantly based on speculation that they were going to fall off a cliff soon. Then they fell off that cliff, and now they're worth nothing. So please, guys, I want to put the priority on those 3 down running backs. I don't want the guys that are just going to be handcuff type guys like a Darrington Evans. I don't want the guys that are just going to be role players like Naheem Hines. No, we are looking at the running backs that come into the NFL. These are what the characteristics we want are. We want that athletic ability. We want them to provide us great size as well, so we know that they can handle a full workload. We also need them to be able to catch balls out of the backfields, and we need them to have a significant team investment, because there is a major difference between a 4th or a 5th round running back draft pick, someone that does not necessarily have that contract that dictates that they're going to be on that NFL team for the next 3 or 4 seasons. What we want is we want those rookie running backs, those sophomore running backs that were selected in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round of the NFL draft. Now, if you look at historical hit rates for those running backs throughout their entire NFL careers, I mean, they are extremely high. I mean, a 1st round drafted running back is actually going to be one of the highest hit rate players that you will ever find in Dynasty Fantasy Football. Someone that's guaranteed really to hold their value, if not increase it, after their rookie season. The best example of this is with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Before the Damian Williams holdout, he was being drafted at the beginning of the 2nd round of Dynasty startup drafts. And I promise y'all, this upcoming offseason, after having a horrendous rookie season, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is most likely going to be drafted at that same exact price And it's because when you're a rookie running back that profiles to be a 3-down guy and you have that job security for you the next 3 to 4 seasons, it's almost impossible for people in the Dynasty fantasy football community to lower your value down significantly. It is so sticky, and a lot of times it jumps up. I mean, look at where someone like Cam Akers was being drafted 12 months from now versus where he is now. Night and day difference. So please, guys, I want to make sure that the guys we're going to be investing into at the running back position are the guys on the rookie contract. I want the Josh Jacobs, the Miles Sanders, the David Montgomery, the DeAndre Swift, the Cam Akers, the Jonathan Taylor, the Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the J.K. Dobbins, even guys like A.J. Dillon hold a decent amount of value given the fact that he will be on the Green Bay Packers for the next 3 years regardless. So yeah, please make those your priority targets in your Dynasty startup drafts. I promise you, you're going to be looking back for 12 months from now. Super happy that you did that. I'm super happy that you drafted a player like Jonathan Taylor instead of a player like a Dalvin Cook. Now, thank you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if y'all did, go down there, drop that like, leave that comment, subscribe to the channel. Really, really helps us out. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all. I hope I'll see y'all with the video tomorrow.